Last week where he threw 3 touchdown passes, still caught my eye in a big way.
Still kind of the gold standard, 3 touchdown passes, isn't it? And for his efforts last week, AFC Offensive Player of the Week.
I can't wait to see what he does this week.
He'll drop this down to Williams.
And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. So not quite a first down just yet as they come up on 2nd and less than a yard. Play action. Now it's Locke. Steps away. Finding Williams once more. Complete. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
Ineligible receiver downfield. Offense.
Yeah, you only get a 1-yard buffer there from the line of scrimmage, and he got downfield a little too far, and the flag came out.
Up the middle, it's Williams.
And he'll get about 3 up close to the 35. You look at this Steeler defense.
And they've played well against the pass, currently ranked 7th in the NFL.
And I'm struggling a little bit trying to really categorize this crew. They're top 10 in the league against the pass, but the bottom half of the league in sacking the quarterback. That doesn't make sense. Imagine if this group ever put pressure on the QB, they'd easily move into the top 5.
Block now to throw. And this is caught by Evans. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Here's Locke to throw. Dancing to his left.
This throw taken in by Isaiah Likely.
And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. The catch and run going to wind up netting him 33 yards. Here's Locke. Escaping the pressure right. This will be caught just inside the 10. That'll go for a gain of 7, and it'll be 2nd down. Again, they'll throw with Locke. And he fires one incomplete.
It's been a good opening drive offensively thus far, but you know they don't want to waste it and settle for a field goal attempt after that incompletion. So this is a big play coming up.
And this is caught. Touchdown, Cleveland. Mike Evans with touchdown number 7 on the year.
And the Browns will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon.
Extra point right down the middle. And that makes the score 7-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21.
So here are the Steelers now to take over for the first time. And they will be led out by their 6'4" quarterback.
And there was a positive in last week's loss. No interceptions thrown by him. But he only threw 1 touchdown pass, and you know he wants that to improve. He might even consider that as part of the reason that they couldn't take the win last time out. I believe we'll see a more aggressive version of him this week whenever they're nearing the end zone.
You see the numbers on the ground a week ago for Achane.
16 carries, 72 yards. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there.
Nice solid showing from him last week. Didn't blow the roof off with his numbers, but certainly had a quality day and produced when called upon.
Now Achane on 1st and 10.
And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss.
Achane here, they stay on the ground.
And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line.
They need 2. Here's 3rd down. From the shotgun, May with it. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. Still going.
And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh.
Jaden Reed,
60 yards.
And the Steelers respond to that opening drive touchdown with one of their own.
Lutz good on the extra point, and we are tied at 7. So the drive there, 5 plays, 80 yards. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Browns offense and veteran receiver Mike Evans headed back onto the field. And he's been as productive as anyone in the NFL in the middle part of this season. The NFL's leader in receiving yards to this point, and he doesn't appear to be slowing down anytime soon.
Jamel Dean right there on the coverage. Now a 2nd and 10. You look at this Steeler defense. Well, they played well against the pass, currently ranked 7th in the NFL.
This secondary has really developed into one of the strengths of this team. They diagnose, they cover, they run, they hit. What a nice team.
7-7, our score after 1. On to the 2nd from Cleveland. It's the Browns in control of the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10.
Here we go.
They look to throw. It's Locke.
This one swung out to Williams.
And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a 1st down again. They fake the handoff, now Locke. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
The Browns at 5-1 here in this early part of the season. They're in a real groove of late. Winners of 5 of their last 6.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Mike Evans with his 2nd touchdown here in this 1st half. And the Browns have taken the lead. Point after, right down the middle. And that makes the score 14-7. So that drive spanned 5 plays.
And it's Mike Evans who caps it with a touchdown reception.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. Not liking the look. They'll change the play. Looking to throw. May.
He'll get this one complete. That's A.J. Brown. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33.
A run straight ahead with Achane.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A gain of 10, good for a Steeler 1st down.
They'll throw with May.
A little short pass. This is Everett. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another 1st down.
Let's go.
Up the middle, Achane.
And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. After the loss, they'll come up 2nd and 13.
To the air, May.
That's caught inside the 20. And all the way down to the 7-yard line. A big play that time for Pittsburgh. 41 yards.
Here we go, set.
Here's May.
Over the middle, complete. It's Reed. Nice job defensively to hold him to 4, and now it's 2nd and goal.
May now off the bootleg. That's to the pylon and incomplete.
I'm really liking what I'm seeing from this defense because their coverage has been playing at a shutdown level so far. Even backed up late, they're forcing incompletions and fighting to keep them at the end zone as the 1st half winds down.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And this is picked up by the Browns. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
I'll give some credit to the defense. They forced the big play, knocked the ball free from them, but it's a cardinal sin by the quarterback. Know where you are on the field, and he just gave up at a minimum 3 points.
And instead of getting down, takes the contact. The turnover ensues. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman, both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
Yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds.
And he's had a lot of success throwing the ball here early. You see by the numbers, he's already up over 200 yards passing. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20.
To throw it is Locke. Flush to his right. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down. Now Locke. And that's going to be caught for a Browns touchdown.
Javonte Williams
From 13 yards out.
and the Browns go up by 2 touchdowns.
Extra point splits the uprights, and it's now 21-7. So that drive, 4 plays.
And it was Javonte Williams who capped it all off with a touchdown reception.
The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away.
And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field.
And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive. And they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
Pass to Brown. He's got it on the crossing route.
The Steelers signal for the 2nd of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half.
To throw, it's May.
A little short pass. This is Everett. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. The passing game in rhythm right now for Pittsburgh. There's another first down.
Throwing here is May.
That'll be caught right side by Reed. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers.
Jaden Reed
With his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year.
And the Steelers get a late score here in the final minute of the first half.
So it goes as a fumble, but the key thing, not a fumble loss.
Yeah, that stat's big, isn't it? I mean, I remember watching teams play. The ball might be on the ground a number of times during the game, but if the other team doesn't get it, that's a huge difference in the ball game. And in this case, they were able to retain possession.
The Cleveland offense ready to go.
And with an 8-point lead, probably not too much of an impetus to try and do too much here.
Now a play fake, and here's Locke. Eluding the pressure right. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down. Now a timeout called for by the offense, as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half.
Let's go.
Locke going to throw. Out to his left.
And this one incomplete. Threw it down at the feet of his receiver.
Let's give a little credit to the defense on that one. They resisted quite well, and that pass fell incomplete. But this ball game for him, that's just a momentary speed bump. He's played awfully well throwing the football.
They'll get it inside the 20.
And finally taken down at the 4-yard line. A big play there just before halftime. 52 yards. Now the Browns signal for the 2nd of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. Throwing now is Locke. The quick slant caught. Nice job defensively to hold him to 4, and now it's 2nd and goal. Now a timeout. 7 seconds left in the first half. So on second down, the field goal unit is on here as they try to get 3 before half. And his kick is indeed good.
So 3 points on the board, as easy a field goal as you're going to get, but I can see you shaking your head.
I love that peripheral vision of yours, partner, because to me, if it's the fourth quarter and you're up 6, I get it. But now, even if you run and don't get in, you're still setting them up to go a long field, 98, 99-yard drive. How do you look at your defense and not give them that opportunity?
The final second ticks by, and that's going to do it for the first half of play. Well, why don't we hold off on the halftime update after all? Seems like everyone's ready to go here for the second half in Week 8 in the NFL. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin.
The Steeler offense ready to get going to begin this third quarter. This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the third quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus was in the passing game. And to their credit, resulted in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime, they're going to anticipate that defense loosening up a little bit to try and cover the passing lanes. They've got to get the running game going, and there should be some gaps to run through now.
That one a broken play, but it ends up being a good play. The scramble goes for 20.
Let's go now.
And they'll give this to Achane.
And he'll be brought down at the 50 after a gain of about 5.
If you're a coach, you'll absolutely take that run every time on first down because it really sets you up to go in a number of directions here on second.
And they go play action with May.
Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw.
He'll dump this off to Achane.
And they call it a loss of a yard there. And that'll bring up fourth down. The Steelers send out their punter now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. They'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline.
The Browns offense and Drew Lock headed back onto the field.
The Browns drive about to get started. Throwing to start the drive. Lock. And the catch made by Hopkins. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
Just need a yard here, 2nd and 1.
Looking to throw. Lock.
A short one there, caught by Likely.
And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 17 yards on the catch and run. It's a first down. Again, it's Lock. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Let's go.
And here comes throw number 1 for the backup QB. Flushed out right. Got his man complete over the... And he coughed it up! But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, and that could have been trouble. And defensively, maybe an opportunity missed there.
No doubt about it. When that ball's out, all you're thinking about as a defender is, this is our chance to make a huge play.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. It'll only be a loss of a couple, but the pressure gets home on first down. Now, following the sack, they'll come up here on a 2nd down and 12.
Completes the pass to Evans on the comebacker.
The 8th play of the drive coming up. It's 3rd and 3. He'll drop to throw.
He's got his target. That's complete.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. DeAndre Hopkins, his first touchdown on the year.
And the Browns are able to extend their lead.
Extra point right down the middle. And the lead is up to 18 now. The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away.
And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. Pittsburgh set to take over again on offense.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Let's go now.
On first down, back to Achane. And a good push there defensively as they stop him at the 48. Gain of just 1. From the 48-yard line, here's 2nd and 9.
He'll look to throw.
Throw caught by Achane.
And he'll go down, and that will do it for the 3rd quarter of action. We have played 3 quarters. Back now here on EA Sports. It's the Steelers with the football, but trailing here as we get going in quarter number 4. They'll look to throw now on first down. That is caught by Smith-Schuster. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line.
So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. On the handoff, it's Achane.
Broken tackle. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7.
A timeout here for an injured player, and definitely not what this defense wants to see. It's Khalil Mack who's in some discomfort.
Here's a 2nd and 7. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they've forced in this.
And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown.
Devin Duvernay.
A 7-yard touchdown grab.
And the Steelers have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th.
Lutz with the extra point, and that'll make this now an 11-point deficit. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The home team's offense and their wide receiver games.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
19 Tiger. Let's go.
On play action, they'll throw. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need.
Picked off by Jamel Dean.
And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Steeler touchdown. So a big play now as the Steelers will go for 2.
May going to try and throw for it.
And he will get into the end zone as a 2-point conversion is successful. And the lead is down to a field goal here in the 4th.
And he'll be stopped up at the 25.
And we shift to spotlighting Mike Evans. Seems like the measuring stick for a receiver for a great game is 100 yards. Well, he's well past that now.
And as we analyze how he's getting them, that's where it really becomes fun because, let's face it, they keep sending coverage at him, keep trying to put the pressure on, yet he finds ways downfield and finds openings. That's a really crafty receiver.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. Over the middle to Evans. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43.
Line of scrimmage, the 43 on 2nd and 4.
They're going to look to throw. Forced out to his left. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Looking to throw. Being chased out left. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. The coverage may be too good that time as he breaks away for 19 with his legs and a 1st down. They'll set up a throw. He finds Hopkins complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18.
Here we go.
Now a 1st down carry. It's Williams. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Two yards left on 2nd down from the 9.
Go!
Again, it's Williams. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. I'm assuming they're keeping this football on the ground, right?
I would think so because you're looking at the clock. That's in your favor. You're looking at the geography of the field, right? Where you are, that's in your favor as well. Keep it on the ground. Keep pounding. Run that clock down. You got everything working in your direction.
And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ballgame. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown.
Isaiah Likely
From 3 yards out.
And the Browns are able to build on to their 4th quarter lead.
They'll try and throw for it. And this one incomplete. So they went for the 2. They don't get it.
As we prepared for these games, we've noticed offensive coordinators have had an expanded playbook on 2-point conversion tries because they never know when they may have to use it during a game.
But that also means the defense probably has more for these situations too, right?
No doubt about it. I think for the most part, defenses will be aggressive on 2-point tries. They want to get after the offense and make them force the issue.
And here the defense wins. So now the Steelers down by 9. 1:52 to play.
They set up the screen. Achane has it. They'll come up now. This is 2nd and long.
He's got his man. That's Everett, the tight end. Now the Steelers use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the 1st down.
Let's go.
To the air, May. They'll swing this out wide. Here's Achane. And he's going to be taken down. Plus, there's a penalty flag in the backfield. They may get 15 more on top of this.
Defense.
Well, certainly those are the types of mistakes they're trying to avoid as they attempt to protect this lead late in the game.
And let's face it, they're hoping that this one doesn't cost them in a significant way. Yeah, one guy committed a penalty, but now the entire defense has to pay the price and try and rise up and overcome it.
Now 2nd and 4.
Nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sacked back at the 29. Grover Stewart in there to drop him as that clock continues to run.
This crowd turning up the decibel level. It's 3rd and long. Going to need a crafty play call here. 14 yards is what they need to try to convert this thing.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He finds his man complete. It's Reed. And he had to get this down to the 15. He won't make it. He's a yard or 2 short.
They're going on 4th down. May. He's got his running back out of the backfield.
And he is into the end zone for the touchdown. So they still need a miracle with the clock where it's at, but they get one piece to the puzzle done.
Still have hope.
Lutz good on the extra point. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. So the onside kick will come with 17 seconds to play. And this will be recovered by the Browns hands team, and that should just about write a finish to this one. They had to go for it with no timeouts remaining, though now this one's as good as over.
They gave it an effort. They tried their best, did everything they could to try and get the ball on the onside kick. You're exactly right. They had to try it. It was their only option. And now this game is done. Just take it, kneel, and call it a day.
The Browns in victory formation now as they take the knee.
A couple more minutes, and maybe the outcome of this one, Charles, would have been different. But ultimately, time runs out on the comeback, so it falls short. And they hold on to win this by just one possession.
Not the fourth quarter they wanted, but they did earn the win, and they'll be happy about that, and they should be. Now they're going to go back to practice, see what they can do to prevent a future lead from slipping away like this one was.
So for Cleveland, they remain one of the hottest teams out there as the win moves them to 6-1. And they'll get another home date next week as the Raiders will come to town. Meanwhile, for Pittsburgh, they fall a game under the 500 mark at 3-4 through 7 games. And they'll be on the road next week for a matchup with the Baltimore Ravens.